Hey there, how you doing? Charlie Winters here with selections for Saturday, the 10th of June. Well, let's not get straight into it. I always say that when I do. Apologise for going missing for the last few days. I've been there were 2 days worth of poor racing, and unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to make a video for Friday. I didn't get a chance to look, so I didn't make a video, should I say. So let's get straight into it. So the return of Charlie Winters is probably the return of probably the worst day's racing or the worst day's Saturday racing I've actually seen. I think it's absolutely dreadful. This isn't Saturday. This is a Wednesday. So here are the racing selections by Charlie Winters for Saturday, the 10th of June. I've still placed quite a large stake because I've concentrated it purely on 6 selections. I will continue to have a look because I have taken another subscription out for flat starts. It's the final subscription. So if you are interested in me having further subscriptions, by the way, this is the 3rd one. I'm going to leave a link below. If you want to make a donation, that's up to you. If you don't, that's absolutely fine. Also, if you want to leave the selections that you like or the races you want me to have a look at for Saturday, please feel free. There may be races that I've missed where there are value, but to be honest, it's dreadful. So let's get into it. So it's a 10 pence each way, lucky 63. I've also had 35 pence each way doubles and £1 each way singles on every single horse in the bet. Not of the not of the day of the bet. So let's get into it. So the first selection is Silver Samurai in the 150 at Haydock, paying 5 places instead of 3. It looks like this horse actually won this race last year. It's got the high draw, which according to flat stats is favourable, although in a few of the races at Haydock, they were actually coming straight down the middle rather than middle to high. But it does say that middle to high is favoured. I like the look of this horse, but I've left the price. The second selection is Miss Woo Woo at 28 to 1 in the 5 past 2 at Beverley, and this is the Hillary Needler Stakes. They're not paying an extra play, so it's first 3 only. This horse, it showed bundles of pace, even though it's been bumped out the stalls. It's drawn, I believe, 3. Hopefully, it should be right up there. Could possibly get an easy lead, which it probably won't do, but at least force the pace and have enough pace to hopefully kick on with 2 out and at least hold on for a place. It's already ran in listed company, and I think it's got every chance. The third selection, The third selection is Global Heat at 16 to 1 in the 225 at Haydock, paying 4 places instead of 3. Godolphin's got 2 in this race, one that hasn't ran for 609 days, and this horse. This horse, in my opinion, is better treated than they are trying to make out. I don't think this horse will be 16 to 1 come race day or race time, and I do think it's got a decent chance, especially at finishing the first 4. It's quite an expensive race. It's one of the more expensive ones of the day. Godolphin's, like I said, has got 2 in it, and they won't be wanting to leave. I think it's 28 grand. They won't want to be leaving that kind of prize money behind, especially they wouldn't want to finish out the first 4. The fourth selection is Floral Splendor at 9 to 1 in the 240 at Beverley, paying 4 places instead of 3. This has got a favourable low draw. It's also been gradually working into form, although it's not in fantastic form. I think it's heading in the right direction. I do think it'll sit off a fast pace, but I think it'll grab the rail and sit in about 5th or 6th and kick on, make ground, with 2 furlongs to go. Hopefully, it doesn't get into trouble like they normally do on the rail, but I do think it's got a cracking chance, and it is pretty well handicapped. The fifth selection is Clotherhome. I've left the price in the 320 at Catterick, paying 4 places instead of 3. I believe this horse won the race last year, gradually working into form. I believe it's run on soft ground or slow ground so far this season. It will appreciate the quicker ground, and I think it's got every chance. I think it's roughly about 8 to 1. I think it's about 11 to 2, so I've left the price, and I think it could get bigger. And finally, this is probably the nap. I say nap of the day. It probably isn't the nap of the day. This is probably the best handicap horse of the day, But whether this is the race that they want to win is another thing. It was rated 80, I believe, only last year, and now it has plummeted, and it actually ran a decent race on its reappearance. Is tomorrow going to be the day? Well, it's handicapped to be able to win a race. Is it quite in form yet? I don't know, because it's only had one run, and it ran on good soft ground, which I believe it wants quick ground. So, and this horse is Freak Out. I've left the price in the 425 at Beverley, and that's paying 4 places instead of 3. So, as you can see, my bets are on. If you give me a like or a subscribe, or tell me what you fancy in the comments below, I'll be more than interested. Like I said, more than happy to look or analyse a few races on Saturday. And also, finally, if you'd like to leave a donation in the give me a coffee or buy me a coffee link in the description, that will go towards the next Flat Stats subscription, which will be a £10, probably 7-day trial. So the very best of luck. Charlie Winters over and out. Cheers, mate.